was once super woke, but soon could be broke. Because he mixed up their names, his job ended in flames. A professor at Fordham University, aren't they all, has been fired after confusing the names of two black students in class. According to The Observer, the school newspaper, not me outside your window at night, Emily. Here's how it went down. After Professor Christopher Trogan mixed up the two students' names, they emailed him saying they felt disrespected, believing the mix-up happened because of their race. In response, he sent an email to the entire class. It's stupid. In it, he assured students his class was, quote, centered specifically and explicitly around issues of justice, equality, and inclusion, and that he devoted his entire life to such issues. He also invited students to report him to his superiors if they felt discriminated against. Damn, why not just hand your executioner the axe? So despite waiving his wokester credentials, he got fired. He didn't remember the first rule of cancel culture: blood attracts mindless zombies. His official termination later stated he had not demonstrated proper development.
Right.
That's what my doctor told me at 15. then again at 27. And then it was clear I would develop no further. The lesson: beware, all you woke professors out there, or this could be you.
Professor, thanks for coming in. As your dean, I just wanted to check in and see how things were going in your math class this semester.
Oh my gosh, so great. My students are really learning the fundamentals of mathematics. Genocide, gender pronouns, and racial representation in Hallmark Channel Christmas movies.
Great. Okay, so are they learning any actual math?
Oh yeah, I teach math. M-A-T-H. Men are the horrendous oppressors of society.
How incredibly woke of you.
Oh my god, thank you.
Okay, well, we have to let you go.
Well, oh, wait, I thought this was a check-in.
Yeah, well, turns out all your students are failing actual math.
Ah, well, guess I'll have more time for my rap group, the Algebros.
I don't care. Get out.
Kat, I love this story. It makes me happy. Why? Why does it make me happy that this woke professor got eaten alive by the wokesters? Why?
Because a woke professor got eaten alive by the wokesters. Because he clearly thought he was better than you or any of us, because he centered his classroom on inclusion and diversity, whatever that even means.
Right.
And look, he should have just been honest. Should have just said, I didn't know your names. It's not because I'm racist. It's because I was not listening.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is fine. I think that people always talk about being a better listener. It's like, okay, you be better at talking. Seriously.
Yes.
But you know, obviously, if you're one of these people who's being performatively woke because you think it's going to save you, it's obviously not. So just be honest.
Peter, you're the expert at this stuff. So we're watching. I mean, I'm sure you've seen this. It's the Frankenstein monster that is turning on the doctor.
Yeah, what the woke giveth, the woke taketh away.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
So here's a guy. So I don't think that's the case. I think that the mindset that the woke are in is that racism is the ordinary, everyday state of affairs, and it's not whether or not racism took place, because we know racism took place, but it's how it took place. And so his whole life was devoted to social justice. His whole life was devoted to diversity and inclusion. But this is always the case. It's always the case that nobody complains about it until they come for them.
Right.
And then everybody goes berserk and freaks out about it. So we all know that there's a problem right now. And just as this person, I don't know if he was an architect of this or he was a proponent of this, but I think we need to stand by basic liberal principles and values and stand up to the people who want to cancel this guy, even though he himself participated to create this culture.
Right. It goes back to the idea of sharing the risk with people who would not do it, who would not share the risk with you.
Correct.
They would love to see you go down in flames.
Right.
But you're going to say, I will be there for you, and maybe one day you might change, although they probably won't, Emily. I bet you read this story and have some interesting points.
First of all, everyone confuses me with Rachel Campostuffy. Literally everyone calls me Rachel. I answer to Rachel, and I don't care. Who cares? I answer to anything. Whatever.
People call you Rachel?
All the time. Totally fine. Who cares? I think everybody sucks in this story, because here's the thing. So he lists his credentials. He says, I've devoted my life to everything. But as you said, the powers that be, the decision makers, said, well, it's still not enough. And then the student said, well, by listing it all and telling us about your commitment, then you have a white savior complex, and that makes us uncomfortable.
I love that part.
Yes. So the whole point is it's always going to be never enough, and it's always also going to be too much or performative.
Right, and the secret there that people don't understand is the further you are on the left, the more you open yourself up to these things. You're pre-cancelable. You can't be canceled because they don't watch you anyway.
Oh, watch me. I know, it's true, it's true. It's like, they do what they do, they'll watch snippets that are pulled out, and
Right.
but it's like nobody.
But they don't savage you like they savage their own.
Exactly.
It's the Greek snake, the Ouroboros, that eats its own tail.
I invented that.
Damn it, I was gonna reference
But you are good at eating your own tail.
Oh, yes. Or I pay responsible adults.
Yes.
So, no, look, the great part about this story is it does prove that you're never pure enough for the mob.
Right,
It's
right.
never going to happen, and they're always going to come for you, no matter who you are and where you are on the spectrum. But I do like the fact that, it was a simple case of mixing up a couple of names. It's an adjunct professor who has very little face time with students anyway. He gets a couple of names wrong. I got 3 kids, right? Scooter, Sluggo, and Muggsy, who I see all the time in my house. And if I want to talk to Muggsy, I start with Scooter. Then I didn't know Sluggo. No, and I go Muggsy. I would have been fired ages ago, right? Because I can't keep their names straight. This poor guy. But you're right. There's no winner in this.
Right.
But I think it's a good lesson for everybody to understand.
We're the winners.
Yeah, well,
They're all segment out of this.
they're all coming around for us at some point, right? That's the nature of this beast.
The whole goal is to be cancel proof, and not everybody's gonna have FU money like Chappelle, right?
Right.
You have to be like we talked in the green room about Gadsad or any people that when they stand up to it, it gives everybody else the balls.
Exactly.
People start looking at it.
Courage. And the mistake that he made is you should never apologize to the mob.
Yeah.
Oh, the instant you apologize, they become even more relentless.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
They smell the blood.
No, that's exactly right. That's what it is. I was going to say also, this happens we see this in government. It's not just sort of in academics or it's not in the commercial world. It's also in government. We're seeing the same problem where it doesn't take much, and all of a sudden you've got a younger generation rising up, and they just for insensitivity.
As a in the CIA, and you were murdering people indiscriminately, it must be hard because you have to deal with pronouns before you murder them, right?
Well, no, the murdering indiscriminately, that was the easy part.
Yeah.
No, you're right. No, I'm kidding. What camera should I look into? I'm kidding. It's a joke.
Is it though? Is it really? We'll be right back. Up next, Bill Nye's his name and some stupid videos are his game.